Now at 6, how a local health department's preparing for possible cases of monkeypox. Plus, Crawford County recounts the votes from the failed Value Them Both amendment, and a Missouri man could face several years in prison for posting what's called revenge porn.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Crawford County, Kansas election officials finished recounting ballots for the Value Them Both amendment. This is KOAM News at 6. Crawford County was the only county in southeast Kansas to vote no on that amendment. KOAM Shagun Bamadelli was there today as officials recounted.
On August 2nd, Kansas voters rejected the Value Them Both amendment. If passed, the amendment would have allowed the legislature to restrict or ban abortions. Crawford County voters rejected the amendment, which led to a recount of votes.
We had orders from the Secretary of State's office. They came in on Monday about 6 o'clock to do a recount for just the constitutional amendment question. We had a private citizen in western Kansas request a recount, and so we were ordered to recount the votes.
I'm in front of the Crawford County Courthouse, where Lisa Lusker, the Crawford County clerk, tells me that the end recount is conducted by a bipartisan group of electoral officials that consists of Democrats and Republicans.
It's an election board. There are 6 Democrats and 6 Republicans from the county that have signed up to do this. They've done a great job.
Lusker also says that the Crawford County overall remained a no-vote county, but did not release the specific number of no's and yes votes following the recount.
Our elections are very secure in the state of Kansas. Here in Crawford County, we have an excellent reputation. Our votes have come out pretty darn close. So, yeah, it will not change anything.
In Crawford, Shagun Bamadelli, KOAM News.
On August 2nd, Crawford County had more than 5,800 no votes and 4,600 yes votes on the Value Them Both amendment question. Let's check in with Doug Heddy now for a first look at the weather.
Well, we got some showers and thunderstorms in the region last night into the early morning hours, and then most of today we've just kind of had a lot of clouds outside, and it's kept our temperatures a little bit cooler, which is good. We could still see a random sprinkle as we go through the evening hours, but most of you are going to stay dry. Really, any rain is staying mainly south of Tulsa, and then once you get south of Fort Smith and the eastern parts of Oklahoma. Temperatures right now, they actually feel pretty good. Lower 80s once you get into our northern counties where you have seen the sunshine most of the day. Everybody else kind of hovering mid to upper 70s across the region. We have these light easterly winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Throughout the evening hours, eventually we're going to clear out. We'll drop through the 70s all the way down into lower 60s later on tonight. More rain chances by the weekend. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Because of the recent rain, Cherokee County, Kansas Emergency Management is temporarily lifting its countywide burn ban. It'll be lifted for the rest of this week. Officials say they'll reassess next week whether it should be put back into place. The CDC says the number of monkeypox cases in the state of Missouri is up to 25. According to the CDC, the total number of confirmed monkeypox cases nationwide is nearing 13,000. A Newton County health official says they're closely monitoring the situation and still trying to figure out other ways the virus might spread.
So with flu season, COVID, monkeypox, if you feel sick or you observe something on your body that's out of the ordinary, certainly we ask you to seek medical advice.
Tonight at 10, we're going to hear what plans the Newton County Health Department has for dealing with the virus. The IRS is reminding Kansas truck drivers to file a tax form by the end of this month. Owners and operators of large trucks and buses on highways have to file the tax form 2290, also known as the Heavy Highway Vehicle Use Tax Return. The heavy vehicle is one that weighs 55,000 pounds or more. The deadline to file that form is August 31st. A Springfield man could face 7 years in prison and thousands of dollars in fines if he's convicted of posting sexual pictures of a woman on social media. Reporter Lauren Schwenker talked to attorneys about what's called revenge porn.
Under the statute, it's called the non-consensual dissemination of private sexual images.
More commonly known as revenge porn, a crime attorneys say is happening here.
If they intentionally disseminate sexual images with the intent of harassing or coercing or threatening the other individual in any way, that is a Class D felony.
At the end of July, one Springfield woman says it happened to her. Alexandra Diddy is charged with sharing nude photos of her to Facebook and texting them to her family after taking her phone. That simple push of a button could land Diddy in prison for up to 7 years and face a $10,000 fine. According to prosecutors, Diddy's posting and texting the images falls under the non-consensual dissemination of private sexual images.
Obviously, it was a response to social media craze and the ease at which people can now transfer photos and videos.
That's Adam Woody, who is a criminal defense attorney in Springfield, who has dealt with revenge porn cases.
To even threaten to do that, to threaten to commit that offense, there's a separate statute which creates that and makes that a Class E felony.
Woody says even a threat could send you to prison for 4 years.
Keep in mind as well, this is a pornography-related offense, so it is considered a sex offense. So a person would have to register as a sex offender if convicted of under the statute as well.
People are trying to leverage another person or hurt another person when they're doing it. And it's important to know that it's not just sharing pictures that can be classified as revenge porn, but also the threat to share the pictures.
Jason Corner is a St. Louis criminal offense attorney and is also seeing cases like this.
It's not just the distribution, but the threat to distribute is a crime and is a felony. It will be dealt with seriously. So it's important to know once images get out there, you can't really rein them back in.
Authorities say it's important for victims to come forward and contact police in a timely manner. Coming up, Joplin school staff gets a big welcome back in an opening day ceremony, plus how the Coffeyville, Kansas Fire Department plans to spend a nearly $10,000 donation. Although classes haven't started yet, Joplin School District staff are back at work, and today they had a little fun. The district hosted its opening day ceremony. It's the first time the ceremony has been hosted in person since the pandemic started. Teachers, administrators, and other staff from all of the district's schools were treated to skits, performances, and an address by the new superintendent.
Really important for us to have an opportunity to pull all of our staff together and really just set the stage for the year. So we'll have a little fun, we'll have a little encouragement and some motivation, and just get prepared to welcome our kids back on Monday.
After the ceremony, many of the staff members took part in professional development opportunities. Missouri Southern today welcomed international students to campus with a resource fair. The goal of the fair is to let the new Lions know what resources are available to them, both on campus and in the community. Officials say there are 50 international students on campus so far, with 10 more on the way. The students say this event's very helpful in their transition.
I think it's so amazing and surprised because I never have this event in Korea, so I'm very thankful for everybody.
Classes began at MSSU on Monday. The Coffeyville, Kansas Fire Department is now able to buy some new equipment thanks to a donation, a great big one. Magellan Midstream Partners, a Tulsa-based partnership, donated $9,400 to the department for a new thermal imaging camera with a laser finder. This piece of equipment will be used to help search for possible victims inside a building during a fire. It'll also be used to find remnants of the fire during the salvage and overhaul stage.
We are hoping that the piece of equipment that they buy will help save lives and help the community in the future.
The department's current thermal imaging camera is more than 20 years old. A little bit later, we're going to check out a bubbly prank pulled by Columbus High School seniors.
Plus, it looks like some additional rain chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a much cooler day for us today. Most of us stuck into the 70s. to lower 80s. We still have a lot of clouds across the region, which is very evident. This is our Lander Chevrolet Tower Cam, southeast side of the city. So we are looking at Interstate 44 east and westbound traffic. Looks pretty good. Most of us have dried out after the showers and thunderstorms that we had during the overnight hours last night into the morning hours. So just a little bit after midnight, but for the month, we're at 2.5 inches, about 31.5 inches for the year. We're actually above normal, but again, most of that occurred during the spring. We haven't seen much, at least over the past couple months across the region. All right, northern counties actually a little bit warmer right now because the cold front slipped through earlier during the daytime hours yesterday, and they have the sunshine. But look at our southern counties. It's 10 to 15 degrees cooler compared to where we were at this time last night. So we're sitting low to mid 70s, most of the southern half. Once you get into the northern half, we're kind of 75 to 80, upwards to about 82 or 83 degrees with these light easterly winds at about 5 to 10, upwards of 15 miles per hour. It looks good. 7th and range line. You can see the clouds breaking up. 77. Humidity relative is at 62%. Through the evening hours, we slip back through the 70s. By midnight, 68, 63 by 6. I think our overnight low is going to be around 62, and the clouds will really start to break up as we go through the next several hours. All the rain we had last night, even into the morning, gone. Not much going on here. We still have some light showers down across north central and northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Most of us are going to stay dry. We're going to stay dry for the next couple days, and then our next storm system will start to affect us. But we have this weak little wave that just continues to rotate through. But because our jet stream's coming out of the northwest, it ushers in a little bit cooler air, which we need. We've seen so many days, 22 days, have hit 100 degrees so far this summer. Lower 60s tonight. You can almost open up the windows. It's going to feel pretty good. We're going to warm up a little bit more tomorrow with the sunshine. We'll warm right around 80 by noon. I think most of us 85, 86, 87 degrees during the afternoon. Here's your day planner. 62 to start, 80 by noon. High temp 86 during the afternoon. Not quite as cool tomorrow night. We'll back down mid 60s. Heading into Friday. Friday looks great. Partly to mostly sunny skies. We'll approach 90, probably about 91 or 92. Look at the thunderstorms. So this is our northwestern counties. Here's 5 p.m. As we go through the evening hours, we'll have chances for at least a few hit and miss scattered thunderstorms. I actually think a little better shot after midnight and then as we head into Saturday morning. So that's going to be our next storm system we'll focus on. Unfortunately, rain chances for the weekend, but we've been so dry, we'll take it whenever we can get it. 86 tomorrow, 92s Friday, Saturday, 85, a little bit cooler on Sunday, and then back into lower 90s by the middle of next week. But again, this is pretty typical for the second half of August. What we have seen is atypical, right. So we'll take this.
Yeah, even mid-90s.
Yeah, not too
August. Bad. Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Doug. More power to you tour. It continues tomorrow. Weather is going to be perfect, it sounds. We're going to be in Coffeyville, Kansas to broadcast our 5 and 6 o'clock newscast live outside of the historic Perkins building. Stop by to win a Roku. Also be in the drawing for Kansas City Chiefs tickets tomorrow. Coffeyville, Kansas. High school seniors in Columbus, Kansas today had some good, clean fun for the first day of school. Every year, the seniors prank the fountain outside the Cherokee County Courthouse on the square. Yeah, everybody knows it's coming, but it's fun anyway. As you can see here, they prank it with soap, leading to a whole lot of bubbles. I mean, it's like a snowstorm of bubbles. Today's wind also helps spread the bubbles west across the square. Still ahead, a former first-round pick and Super Bowl champion joins the Kansas City Chiefs at training camp, and high expectations for the Colgan Panthers as they hit the field for their first week of practice. Jacob Leonard joins us with that and more up next.
The Colgan Panthers are halfway through their first week of fall football practice. Colgan is looking for a bounce-back season this year after going 4-5 overall last season. Now, the Panthers got a really great group returning this fall. That includes quarterback Tucker Harrell, running back Cooper Simmons, and receivers Keegan Fleming and Colin Height. So they got a chance to be explosive on the offensive side, but of course, that all starts with the big guys up front, who, by the way, pretty good themselves.
A lot of times when you think explosive offense, good skill positions, and that's true. But I think it starts up front with having an offensive line that can protect and open up seams. And so I'm really excited for the guys we've got up front. We bring back 4 or 5 starters: Brody Knar, Jade Tinry, Ethan Hoagland, and Tristan Voss, and those guys have looked really good this summer. You can tell a year of experience under their belt really paid off. So I think what those guys bring will allow us to be explosive, and then with guys like Tucker and Cooper in the backfield with their speed and physicality can really open up the big plays on the edge.
I have a lot of returning players this year, and we were all hungry to get back out here. Well, we can all agree a pretty disappointing season last year, 4-5 first round playoff exit. We got a lot of players ready to work hard.
The Kansas City Chiefs added defensive tackle Danny Shelton last week on a 1-year contract. Shelton was a first-round pick back in 2015 and won a Super Bowl with the Patriots. Now, he spoke to the media at training camp in St. Joe on Tuesday on why Kansas City was the place he chose to land.
I was just tired of flying around, and when I heard that Chiefs wanted me, and it was between Jags and Chiefs, I had to go with the Chiefs, and I'm just excited for this opportunity, excited to be here with the guys and try to catch up with them and contribute to, everybody's goal, getting to that championship.
The Kansas City Royals finish up a 3-game series with the Minnesota Twins this afternoon. Now, the Royals are trying to avoid the sweep after dropping the first 2 games of the series. Now, they're also trying to get the bats going a little bit. Scored just 2 runs the last 2 days. Jose Miranda here, 2-run shot for the Twins. It's 2-0 in the first. The second inning, Max Kepler grounder. The throw on the double play attempt gets away. Check this out. Runner waved around third. Will make it all the way home. Puts the Royals down 3. Now in the fourth, Bobby Witt Jr. down the line, but Nick Gordon slides and makes the great catch. It was another one of those days at the plate for Kansas City. They didn't score. Twins get the sweep, taking this one 4-0. On the National League tonight, Game 2 of the series between the Rockies and Cardinals. The Cards won Game 1 last night 5-4, and they've won 13 of their last 17 games. That one will get started at about 6:45. So Dow Colgan obviously has high expectations going to the year. They got a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule, though. Smallest school in the CNC, and they got to go to Frontenac, to Girard to open the season. So hopefully that gets them ready for the district schedule toward the end of the year.
Colgan always has high expectations, and for good reason. We'll be right back.
It's Slumberland.
We take a moment now to honor a local veteran. Alan Garner served in the U.S. Army from 1959 to 1962. Pittsburgh native was stationed in Japan and did 28 jumps as a paratrooper in Okinawa. And we salute Alan Garner, a 4-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes from all across this area. We have more than 3,000 of them in our database. You can look them up by name or hometown. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime, very simply. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Nearly 100 dogs are rescued from a hoarding situation near Kansas City. Also, we're going to hear what might be next for Representative Liz Cheney, who lost Wyoming's primary race. And a new cookie joins the Girl Scout cookie collection. Oh boy, better than Thin Mints? I don't think so. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I don't know what flavor it is, but it can't be
They're
Thin
all
Mints.
pretty good.
Some of them are better than pretty good.
Yes.
Thin Mints, you put them in the freezer.
Uh-huh.
Man, I want some Thin Mints right now. All right, but we don't have time. No freezing weather ahead.
No, it looks pretty good. Lower 60s for us tonight, 86 tomorrow, 92 on Friday, some thunderstorms late.
Final sports news.
I stopped by this afternoon and visited with the Galena Bulldogs football team. We're going to hear from them as well as the Parsons Vikings right here tomorrow night.
Look forward to that. Thanks for joining us. See you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.